Hello and welcome, everybody. Happy Rockiversary. That's right. This is the second anniversary of Rock creating great Stadia content and cloud content.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much, everybody. Rock is still feeling under the weather today. So we're here celebrating Rocks in the background, enjoying a little bit of rest and relaxation. And we've got a full action packed show for everybody today. It is going to be awesome. But first, before we go anywhere, let's talk to the members of the band today. We've got to my right, the one, the only SPG. How you doing?
Woo! Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm glad to see you're doing better too. I know a couple of weeks ago you weren't feeling well as well. So
Absolutely, man.
glad
I
to
went
see
down
that
with a cold over Christmas, and it kind of just hung in there and turned into the flu. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Hopefully, Rock feels better soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, this has really hit him hard. So we wish all our best to Rock, and hopefully he makes a quick recovery here in the next week or so. And next, we've got beneath me here. Let's see, beneath the gaming cyborg. I feel like we're on what is it? What's the show? The family. What Brady Bunch? That's it. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I feel like we're on.
Here's the story of yeah.
Okay, and below me here we've got the gaming cyborg Ray 3473. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be back on the Stadia version of the Rock brand, and it's great. And been playing games. I got into that DLC with Joseph Seed. It's
nice.
Really roguelike, pretty hard, intense, but yeah, good to be here.
That is awesome. We're so glad to have you. And as a note here, Ray has agreed to become a permanent member of the show. So we'll be seeing Ray. He's back again. I can't wait for Ray's praise. I don't know if I can find it here behind the scenes, but maybe we'll wait for Rock once he makes his triumphant return. It's always glad to have you, Ray. Thank you so much.
You. Mm-hmm.
And we've got a special guest on today's show. Dad Plays Games. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, except for some back pain, but that's what you get when you go to a jump yard with your kids and aren't fit to do it. But yeah, I'm doing great.
That's awesome. So glad to hear. Now, I know before we went on the air, I asked you, and I'm horrible with pronunciation. I can't even say it myself. Pronunciation of names. For those watching, how do we pronounce your name? Yes.
So it's a classic Swedish name called Björn. So it's the same as Björn Borg or Björn from ABBA, or incidentally also it's the same. My name is also the word in Swedish for the bear, like the animal. So I'm literally named Bear.
Bear. Okay. So that's awesome. So yeah.
But just for simplicity's sake, let's just go with Dad.
Okay. And I know we were joking around. We said, "Oh well, we'll just call you Dad." So we've got different variations to go on here. So before we start getting into the meat of this week's news and talking with Dad Plays Games here, we wanted to make special mention. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Today marks the second year anniversary. We'll call it the Rockiversary of Rock making Stadia content and cloud gaming content. So to help celebrate, Rock is giving away a copy of FIFA 22 on Stadia. Now, that giveaway will start after we talk with Dad Plays Games here. So be on the lookout. The bot will be in the chat there, and you'll give you all the instructions on what you need to do to enter and to be able to win. We are asking too, because Rock is such an awesome individual. Make sure you're following Rock on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Twitter, and all over the place. It's Rokk Show, ROKKSHOW. So make sure that you give him follow on there to be eligible to win. Maybe even if we could get, if one of you guys could maybe just verify and maybe copy and paste the links to his channels in the chat there while we're going along here.
Yep. Twitch is twitch.tv/Rokk Show.
There we go. Awesome. So what I wanted to do is, before we start here, earlier or late last year, Rokk, he was part of the Stadiaversary, and we asked him, to put together to help celebrate the second anniversary of Stadia. And here's like a little montage here. This is the extended version of some of the stuff that Rock's done over the last 2 years here. So I thought that basically, we'd go ahead and take a look at it here. So I'm going to bring up on the stream here, and we're going to go ahead play, and let's see if we could maybe just get a little bit of full screen here. So it started as a simple idea. So Rock's very first show, like it says here, was an audio only podcast. Oh, thanks X Predator for the follow. Appreciate that. And then Rokk evolved his work over here over time, much like anybody else here. He's expanded upon it. He's got these, like, I always love his intros and all the different things that Rokk comes up with, the snazzy graphics and all that. His
production value is off the
chart,
man.
Yeah,
it is.
I love watching his videos.
Yeah.
Gives you some complex for your own stuff.
He's very passionate. Very passionate.
Yeah, definitely. We can see here, Rokk Around the Clock advertising here Wednesday, April the 15th. Look at Rokk there. He's show joining with Duncan there from Cloudy with Games as well. So we'll kind of move on here. Oh, a new weekly show with Ray. Who's this Ray guy?
Ooh.
Oh my God, Rokk and Ray.
Yeah, that's right. Rokk and Ray.
The good old days, huh?
Awesome. Yeah. Oh my God.
Look at that. Wow, look at Ray here.
He's excited.
It's like a time machine.
It is. Look at that. That's so awesome. And let's see. Oh, hold on. It's giving me a little fit here. Oh, look at that. There's Santa Ray. Oh, look at Rokk with a Santa on. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. That's so awesome. Yeah, it's so awesome. And moving along here, Cloudburst.
Cloudburst.
Lovely panel.
Yeah, lovely panel. And just a great, so like over the last 2 years here, Rokk has put out such amazing content, and he does a lot of stuff in the background that people might not know. He's always helpful. He's always helping people. I know, like, I can personally speak. He helped with the, well, not he helped. He did it all. Took it on himself here. Did an intro for Stadium Connect North for Ninja Guy, X and myself, and it was just totally amazing. And he does so many different things for people. And, we're very appreciative of that. He's like, Rokk.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rock's positivity is infectious. He's
for sure.
Always a nice shining beacon, man, of what the community can be. And I love Rokk.
Yeah, he's rocking awesome, right?
Yeah.
No, here's we got Clive here as well.
Yeah, who's that handsome guy sitting next to Clive?
Oh, the guy above him? I don't know who that gentleman is. Yeah.
Oh my God, not the baby. Not the baby.
Yeah, I remember that. Rokk was teasing that intro. Yeah, working with Lee there. So Rokk has done, like I said, just so many things over these past 2 years, and it's hard to even get everything into one montage clip itself. So a big shout out to Rokk. Happy second Rockiversary.
Right.
It's just a very awesome member and valued member of the community, and we really do appreciate everything that he does and he's done. So, and don't forget, we're going to have that FIFA 22 giveaway here, just starting shortly. But before we do that, we're going to talk with Dad Plays Games. So, Dad Plays Games. It's a dad.
Yeah.
Is
yes, son.
He's coming up with there's a stream that you have, a charity stream that's coming up. So, but maybe before we talk about that, let's find out a little bit about yourself. as much as you're comfortable for your sharing. Who
no
are
worries.
some of your gaming
I have no
passions?
limits when it comes to sharing. So
oh, well, there we go. How you came to finding Stadia, and then we can talk about your charity stream and get all the details and all that goodness about it.
Yeah, I think I started it for like for most people, it started with I was a bit interested when I saw that Google was doing this Project Stream thing, and I was very annoyed to find it was only in the US, as usual with Google. And then came the and then with the GDC announcement, I think I must have seen that one 5 times in the first week or something. I was it really got me excited about gaming in a way that I hadn't been for quite a while, because when I got kids, and honestly even before that, as I grew up, became an adult, I kind of lost track of gaming for a bit. I didn't I went from gaming every day to gaming maybe once a week, and when I get kids, not even that. So for me, Stadia's announcement was oh right, gaming can be exciting again. So for me, Stadia is what brought me back into gaming in a lot of ways. I never really fully left, but I wasn't gaming a lot. I think it took me 3 years to finish the main story of The Witcher 3, and I rushed through that. So yeah,
wow.
But so it's essentially it is definitely as much as I don't want to buy it a third time. If it comes to Stadia, I will buy it a third time.
Me too. They get my money.
Oh, for sure, for sure, yeah.
And I mean, I still haven't played the DLCs yet, and I know they are amazing, but I just can't find the time.
Yes, Bloodstone is very good. I think it's called Bloodstone.
Yeah, Blood and Stone, or Blood and Wine, I think it is. And then
Blood and Wine. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, they're all great. But really, I think for me, Stadia became like the spark that I needed to find myself again, to find the gamer inside of me. So yeah, I really have a lot to thank Stadia for when it comes to my return to gaming, so as it were. And then as it launched, I was surprised and happy to see that it would launch in Sweden. So we do have we have a really good infrastructure when it comes to internet. I think every place I've lived at over the last 10 years has had around 50 to 100 megabits fiber at least, and currently I'm on gigabit, and it's very cheap in general as well, especially compared to other places. So it felt like I was prepared for it not to come and having to import and use VPNs to use it, but I was going to but yeah, I'm happy to say that I didn't have to do that. And then I've just been on this train ever since. I've just been on the day after the GDC reveal, I was on that subreddit, and I've been on there since.
I think that's like a lot of stories that we hear from people in the community as well are similar to yours. It's life has quote unquote gotten in the way. We've had kids, or just other things have happened, right? And kind of maybe got away from gaming so much. But then with the announcement of Stadia and the fact that you could play it anywhere, and it's just so easy to be able to jump into games, that has brought a lot of people back into gaming and being able to enjoy it. And then finding the community as well. For me, the GDC announcement, I had heard about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And then when I watched it, I was just totally blown away. And just like you, I was right on Reddit right after that. I had normally not gone on Reddit previously, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go here, let's find out, because there wasn't a whole lot of information, and I didn't see a whole lot of people talking about it, right? So I knew
they were tight-lipped from the get-go. They've always been tight-lipped, and I as much as I don't like that as a fan, I mean, I want to know everything. I mean, they've always done it, so expecting anything else at this point is honestly being naive. And
correct.
But we all are naive in that regard every time as well. So it is what it is.
Yep. So okay, so let's fast forward a bit here. I know you're now, as we've got on the screen here, you're doing a stream here, a 12-hour stream.
Yeah, I guess it'd be a bit insane.
On February 26th here. So maybe tell us a little bit about it, why you're doing this, and what games you'll be playing, and how people can find you.
So I'll be streaming on my YouTube channel, and on the February 26th, and I will be starting at 12, like noon in Europe. So I don't know what that became, midnight, in the middle of the night for you in over the pond. And then I'll be going for 12 hours essentially, because I felt I wanted to do something to try to raise some money for mental health, on the background that my sister has struggled with, she struggled with mental health issues from, I think, I don't know exactly when it started, but it started essentially with her for me, it started with her being admitted to psychiatric care when she just started junior high, essentially. And then she was in and out of psychiatric care for well over a decade. And then last year, on the February 23rd, she took her own life. After, boy. And I mean, it had been in the air for well over a decade. There were that we knew of, there was 3 attempts per year at least, every year.
Oh boy.
So, but yeah, I mean, you always think it always feels like she's feeling better now, and it's getting better, but then you realize it's just her getting better at masking it, really. So and now it's coming up on 1 year since that happened, and I kind of felt like I wanted to do something. I did one stream last year, in I think in May or something, where I played some Golden Sun and ate a lot of chili, where I managed to raise $300, and I was like, yeah, that whole experience was it was so both cathartic and also very, it was fun thing to do, but it also felt I was doing something good, and also it also felt like a good way to process it for myself. So I decided to, let's up things a bit for next time, and go instead of going just, I think it went 2.5 hours. Let's go big. Let's go 12 hours because it's a good round number.
Wow.
And then and then I realized, if I have 12 hours, since I played Age of Empires 1 when I was 5 years old or something, I love strategy games. So what better way to do it than playing strategy games? Because they usually use up a big chunk of time. You can't really sit down and play Here's Might and Magic for 30 minutes. You won't get anywhere. So I was like, okay, I have time here. I've committed time now to do something for several hours. And I haven't played strategy games in a long time. A lot of these games, like the Stellaris and the European Universalis, I haven't touched in 3 or 4 years at least.
Wow.
So I don't know how good I'll be at that. At the same time, those are the games I've played the most of, except for Guild Wars. So I think I have 500 hours in the European Universalis. So I think I'm good, but I don't think I'm not so sure anymore. But yeah, so it felt like a good way to let's play some strategy games. I also want to bring in cloud into it because I love cloud gaming. It's why hence 90% of the games being played on Stadia or GeForce Now, depending on where they were available. And I mean, Here's Might and Magic 3, I think I'll play locally because I mean that's 25 years old. If my PC can't run that, I should have a PC.
Wow. And I know some developers have even saw that you're going to be streaming here, and they've reached out to you for some giveaways as well. I
had Broken Arm Games, the developers of 100 Days, the one-making simulator. They reached out and asked me, would you like some keys to give away? And I mean, of course I would. So I'll be giving away 5 keys for 100 Days.
Nice.
I've also then just felt I wonder what would happen if I contact some other developers. So I've also managed to get a code for Anno 1800 with all the DLC.
Oh wow!
Included up to it's the biggest edition they had. Ubisoft were kind enough to donate that to me. So I'll be giving that away as well. And then I kind of started just decided how much could I find, and I picked up a Humble Bundle with the Surviving Mars, another great strategy game with some DLCs that I will be giving away as well. And some keys for Stellaris as well, and then I will also buy someone a copy of Here's Might and Magic 3 because it's if you haven't played that game and you don't own it yet, you should because that's a staple of strategy game history. So yeah, I think I'm currently up to 11 keys to be giving away.
Wow, that's awesome!
Wow.
So yeah, it will be fun 12 hours. And I've also set up some like the goal. My personal goal is like if we get $1,000 raised, that's incredibly. That would be incredible. And to make it a bit more fun to donate, I've also added some milestones. So when we pass certain milestones, I'll be eating some Last Dab hot sauce, which is around around the 2.5 million Scoville scale. Guaranteed pain. I mean, I've had that bottle for a few years now, so I figured like if this is the best time to try to get rid of that bottle. So yeah, and Jack the Slip has been one of them already donated to the cause. So the first milestone is already reached. So I had to begin the stream by eating some hot sauce, and I also and up until that I also have. I had to reach the milestone for the last charity stream I did last year. We reached, with like 5 minutes left, we reached the goal of me eating a Carolina Reaper on stream, and I kind of didn't want to do it at that point because it was close to midnight. So I don't know if I'll do that in a video before the stream or if I'll just start the stream with eating a Carolina Reaper. But I do have a dried Carolina Reaper that's sitting in my cupboard and has been there for over a year.
Bjorn, this is the first time I've heard that story, and I'm so sorry for your loss. But what you're doing is very important. Putting,
I mean,
go ahead. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, no. Like mental health is, it's incredibly important. And the funny thing, like the weird thing is, like it's getting worse pretty much all around the world, not better, despite and. Like there's a lot of research still to be done. We don't know as much as we should, which is why I've decided to that the money will go to the Tim Berling Foundation. And Tim Berling is, for those who don't know, the house artist Avicii, who's probably you probably heard of. He even has a game on Stadia.
Yes.
Yep.
So his parents set up a fund to support mental health organizations around the world, and also and specifically mental health research as well. So any money will go to that, which is a great cause. But yeah, mental health is incredibly important. And I mean, my own mental health isn't what it should be, and I don't take care of it the way I should, even though I've seen firsthand what can happen. So yeah, it's something it's something that needs to be taken seriously.
We just had a baseball player out here that I used to follow out here in Oakland, California, Jeremy Giambi. His brother is Jason Giambi, but he committed suicide, and he was a baseball player, and I think he was dealing with some stuff, and that was just a couple of last week. So
I mean,
it doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be like it doesn't have to be get to the point where you like feel suicidal or anything. If you don't feel good mentally, like find someone to talk to, even either a friend or a professional. Like it's
before
you want to stop. You want to get on top of it before it gets to that point, because at that point it's a long decade plus long uphill battle for a lot of people. And I mean, I don't want anyone to ever get there.
Amen.
So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Ex Predator in the chat here says,
doing the same.
Yeah, in the coming days, I will try to promote the event on my channels. Much respect for the cause there. Yeah, so definitely let's help get the word out. It's for a fantastic cause here. We've got Twitter up here as well, and we'll drop a link into the chat as well. So that way
you can win some games.
Yeah, you can win some games. So
not to mention that you can win some games on this stream as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the giveaway has opened for FIFA 22 on Stadia. Make sure that you are subscribed and follow Rokk Show on Twitter. And all you have to do to enter is !win. And it looks like we've got Ron is in the put his name in the hat here to see if he could win a copy of FIFA 22. So that contest will be running right until the end of the show here, a little less than 40 minutes. And so good luck to everybody. And don't forget to enter here. Oh, we got some more people. I1's there, Bulls for Life. So so that's awesome. Really looking forward to that. And that's February the 26th, a 12-hour stream.
Saturday, not this Saturday, but the week after that.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So we can't wait Yeah, definitely.
I mean, don't everyone should just be like, don't feel obliged to say the whole stream like that. No one should probably do that. Just drop in, drop out whenever you can. And if you want to go all the way, I'm not going to stop you, but it's probably not going to feel good in the morning the day after.
Well, I hope you feel good after the 12 hours. It can be.
I mean, considering I will be having, considering I'll open a bottle of wine for the winemaking simulator, and then also eating chili. I don't think I will feel so good the day after, like physically. But I'll probably feel great mentally. So, and that's why I do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I can some physical pain for some mental positivity is always a win.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome.
Yes, it is.
So now we're going to go ahead and move on to a little bit of news here. Today we got, of course, we'll have to hit refresh here. Let's see if it'll post in here. There's 2 new games released here on Stadia. And let me see, of course, when we're at it here, come on. We had unbelievable. Let's see here. Always.
I mean, we can go with the first one while you're bringing up. I'm guessing let's begin with Dynasty Warriors, because I think that's the biggest one of them, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, not to be confused with the Dynasty Warriors 9 game.
Right.
Different games.
Yes, I am a little confused.
Yeah. The brief way is the brief description between them is probably the Dynasty Warriors 9 is the same old game, the same story, the same cutscenes essentially, but within slightly updated that they've done for now 9 games. The Empire stuff in between is something they release in between. There's essentially a strategy game, like it'll make it sort of like a Total War Light meets Dynasty Warriors. So like whenever there's so you have your turn-based, almost like board game, and then you come into combat, and that's when you have like the 1 versus 1,000 Dynasty Warriors gameplay. Which I mean, I love the core gameplay of that. A bit steep it's a bit steep for me personally, the price tag, but I'll definitely be picking it up as soon as it drops a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of add-ons here for it as well.
Yeah, I mean, mostly cosmetics, which I mean, cosmetics DLCs is always fine for me, like in my opinion. Like any cosmetics DLCs is just fun things for the fans who like it and want to support it more. So day one cosmetic DLC, go for it.
Yeah. I've played 2 different kinds of Dynasty Warriors. One where you run in and you there's no turn-based or anything. You just start whacking people, and then the other ones is where you have to strategize and move your characters and stuff.
Yeah, and this is a strategy one. So it's technically a strategy game, although the battles are third-person button mashing, which is a lot of fun. But it does get a bit repetitive after a few hours, I find. But at the same time, I love just dipping in. I think I have the number 8 on the PlayStation, and I just drop in every now and then, just because it's such a fun thing to do. You don't want to do it for more than a few hours at a time, I think.
What's the standard cost, John, of the game?
So this is in Canada here, Canadian $79.99.
$60
so
for us.
Yeah, $60 for the US, and then UK, I think it's what, 54?
Yeah,
55.
Yeah,
55, and then
55. Sorry,
749 Swedish crowns.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, we also have
about
different.
all in line here. So we also then the second game out here, My Heroes 1 Justice 2 for Stadia, and
I noticed that title. It says for Stadia. So I wondered their features or anything, because I've never for Stadia. I've never seen a title.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Love the
I like it.
Look at that. Yeah,
maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I see
the art direction looks fantastic, though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for sure. Anime fans will definitely be in love with this one here. It
$40 for us in the USA.
Yeah. Yep. So it looks like here that because it shows like the original, we must be getting like a deluxe version. If I scroll down here we go. So we get the full game plus 5 additional playable characters. outfits. I don't know what Namu is. I'm not 100% sure. And in-game customization items. It says here, My Hero 1 Justice 2, the over-the-top follow-up to the Smash 3D Arena Fighter, My Heroes 1 Justice, makes its heroic debut. Make full use of the character's quirks and clash head-to-head in epic battles across huge arenas. So this is awesome. Another game from Bandai Namco. We saw it get rated late last year, and then there was, we were anticipating it to come. And then, of course, Ray pointed out a couple of weeks ago when they had This Week on Stadia, they tweeted it out, the blog post, and we saw on Twitter, this game was included on the little infographic. Yep. But when you went to the website, it wasn't, and there was nothing mentioned of it. So someone just, kind of let the cat out of the bag. But yeah, so here we go. This is 2 new games today. So great to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised we got it this soon. I thought when it was listed on that image and then removed quickly, I thought it was gonna be at least a few months before we got it.
Yeah, I thought the same too. Bjorn, I thought the same too.
Yeah, happy to see it. But not sure I'll play it myself, but I'm happy it's there.
Yep. So it says here. Oh yeah, for sure. The offer ends on February 23rd. So next week the offer will end. Looks like at 3:00 in the morning Eastern time. So if you're interested in the game, don't delay, because you'll want to get in on this great deal. And I would assume, too, that when it goes back, like when the sale's off, I'm sure they're not just going to have like the full super duper version for that big a price. I'm sure there'll be like another reasonable price entry in there, maybe one that doesn't include all the extra things and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yep. Time will tell.
Time will tell for sure. So there's a little game that everyone might know about here. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Boy, it's been the talk of the town for how many years now? 12, 13, I don't know how many years. We're highly anticipated,
You're right?
Just look at all the great press that this got when it was first released on Stadia, man. That still shocks me.
Right, yeah, which was awesome, because Stadia and PC were the best places to play the game. On other platforms, it really wasn't too well. Earlier this morning here, CD Projekt Red, we had a big update and news, a stream, an event here on Cyberpunk 27, the much anticipated and waited patch 1.5 is coming out here and releasing here, and it says patch 1.5 is coming soon to PC, Stadia, and consoles. It brings various improvements to the game, numerous quest and gameplay fixes, as well as a number of free DLCs. Now, we like the word free, so that's always good, right? On top of that, it contains the next generation update for PlayStation and Xbox there to take advantage of those platforms. And they've got a nice little infographic here that tells us an overview on each of the platforms here on, what it does. And so we can see here on Stadia, we have weapons, additional apartments for V.
It's also, I think we're also going to mention here that PC and Stadia is listed together, because we've been getting a lot of these things while the PC, at the same time as the PC version, whereas a lot of these features are coming to consoles, and only next-gen consoles in a lot of cases just now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yep, exactly. If you see that there. So we've also got hairdressing mirror, rebalance of gameplay, economy, and loot systems. Those are all previously added.
Ray trace local shadows previously added to PC.
Yeah, I think that's a yes for PC. I don't know for Stadia, if I recall correctly, but it's a bit easy to misconceive it here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Love to see it, but ray tracing is a lot of fun when it's available.
Yep, and improved crowd reactions as well. So they've got, if we go back here, We'll go down here, additional content. So it tells you, like this blog post here from on cyberpunk.net, it goes into great detail here, tells you about the different apartments, the cost. They can be rented with a one-time fee.
And not really renting at that point, is it though?
That's I know, right?
Buying a share in the apartment complex.
You just go rob some people of their jewelry and just go sell it.
Yeah.
So we can see that scattered around the map here. In addition, you can now customize V's starting apartment in the mega building for 10,000 in currency there. And, it tells you appearance customization. You can tweak certain things such as your hair, makeup, piercing, all that stuff. We know people have fun with that. I remember when the game launched, people posting like pictures of their junk and things like that. So I'm sure we'll see an influx of those again. What's new at Wilson? It's like, so I see, like, it's telling you here
poses and photo mode.
New poses and photo mode,
including for Johnny Silverhand.
Combat AI. Now that's what
we needed
that.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
And I saw a clip of it as well, the driving, and the driving model that they mentioned a bit down here as well. I saw it. I watched briefly the stream that they announced this on, and it looks a lot better.
It looks like they fixed the dismembering trigger when you go in with your blades and you start slicing people.
But also something very interesting that they showed was also that if you use your weapons in a crowd, the NPCs will react. Most will run away, but some, if they are armed, might try to fight you.
Nice.
Wow.
And also, and in the example when on the live showing that they did, they started shooting in the air in front of a nightclub, and then someone started shooting at the player. But then since the player at that point took down their weapons, the bouncers of the club started attacking the NPC that attacked the player.
Oh my gosh!
But you can also shoot at cars and have cars panic drive away, and some drivers even pass out.
Do you think this is the start of them starting to re-implement some of the things like car chases that were in the game and the police chasing you and stuff? All this stuff is probably the groundwork for some of this stuff to be.
Well, I see they have something for vehicle traffic, which usually NPCs are kind of stupid when driving.
Yeah, they get out of their car and just
and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, but also like they wouldn't, like, if they get stuck in the middle of a firefight, the NPC traffic, they would just sit there.
Yes.
But now they will try to flee, and also they will even use the sidewalks with the risk of running people over, because there were a few people being run over by NPC cars when they were showing this in the stream.
Now, they haven't exactly changed it, but they did tweak the cops, how they spawn on you.
They also tweaked, or rather, I would say tweak is probably a bit light of a word for what they did to the perk tree, but because the perk tree is completely reworked.
Oh wow! I need to check that out.
And so every perk you previously had will have been reset, and you can spend all those points again when you load your old save.
Oh my god! Look at all this.
So I think
this patch is huge.
Yeah, I think really this is where they had hoped when they launched the game, where it was
it definitely needed another year in the oven.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
But I'm happy to go back to this. I just gotta make sure that I'm sitting at my computer when I jump back in, because
I always had faith in them, because when Witcher came out, they did the same thing. They did a lot of updates that made Witcher an amazing game. So
you guys remember Witcher 1?
Yeah.
When they released the enhanced edition patch for that one, like they even replaced the voice actor completely.
Oh wow!
Like they redid all of that actor's lines. Like
quick hacking.
They are good at fixing shit.
I built I built a complete hacker. I didn't even, in my playthrough in the game, I didn't have to touch anybody. I could just look at people and they'd die. It was pretty interesting. And then you could do contagion, which would spread from one NPC to the next if they were in a certain radius. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I want to start over now. I'm yet to finish Cyberpunk. Actually, I haven't. I've gotten. I'm about halfway through at this point, and I'm stuck at a firefight that I can't finish. Like I'm too bad at you playing with a controller. so that I can't manage to win that firefight with the controller. So I need to sit with my PC when I do that one, and I just haven't had time yet.
No spoilers, but there is a special ending you can get. Look into it after you finish the game. It's a very hard ending. It's like the very last segment. You have to do it without dying at all, or it ends the game. Like,
yeah, I have no chance of doing that then.
So like you can see here, we're scrolling. Yeah, that does it. We're scrolling page after page here. You can see all of these updates, the UI, the quest, the drive. Like they really, I think they really did take it to heart when there was such a backlash.
Yeah, some of these things are very minor, but some are really big.
Yeah. Open world, like
seems like they're getting ready to stage some major DLC coming. That's what it seems like to me with a lot of these fixes and improvements.
Yeah, exactly. Environment, stability, and performance. Those are PC specific.
Yeah, I can see here that my graphics card in my PC is no longer supported. Not that I could run it before on my PC anyway, but
Stadia increased the scale of field
of view to match other platforms. So I know, like, people, that was a lot. I heard quite a bit of people say, "Oh, well, the field of view slider, field of view." Well, now here we go. You increased it, so now it's the same as the other platforms there. So it says here, like, remember, these are just the highlights. There's a lot more improvements and fixes in this patch. So check them out in the game when it goes live. So, like, if you can just imagine, this is just the highlights. Like, if you think about it, like, when they went through it, it must have just been, I don't know how many, like at least a couple of hundred, if not even more, fixes and patches and all the, that good stuff that they've done to the game. So hats off to CD Projekt Red on this.
I'm a bit curious how much PlayStation paid the CD Projekt for, or rather, or maybe it was some sort of repercussion of them being removed from the store and wanted to smooth things over a bit. But that the DualSense controller feature on the infographic is like, obviously that's only PlayStation 5, obviously,
right?
But it's still listed. That has to be some sort of deal between Sony and CD Projekt here. But I find it really interesting that the Stadia version is on par with the next gen here, and not. I think because that, like, yes, the next gen is more powerful than Stadia is. Stadia is also a lot more powerful than the previous gen. So like, yes, we're not quite at the next gen level when it comes to performance on Stadia, but we are quite close enough.
Yeah. So I know that there's someone in the chat say, did they give a specific date? I don't know. Like, I think on Xbox, I don't know if it's out already or not.
It is out already on Stadia.
Okay. Oh, it is out on Stadia?
Yeah, I've seen there's some Reddit posts already about it.
When I got up this morning, I saw it trending, and I even saw somebody say something about, I'm loading it up right now from Game Pass, and I'm like, what? So, so I mean, just like, kudos. Usually devs, these devs are great. It wasn't their fault. It was, I think, management and just pushing it and getting it out there.
Yeah,
like the horror stories that's coming out there.
An incredible experience just became more incredible. So I'm going to go back in there and check it out for sure.
It's definitely
like the game. I feel like the game was rightfully bashed a bit on release for all the bugs and like the not the promised features that weren't there. But at the same time, like at the core, there is a good game there, and it's only getting better over time. So that, like, It's a game that's worth going back
if I tried to play it on the PS4, though. I would have been a little upset.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. Yeah. Like, you should be upset. But at the same time, like, it's like you have the game, and now that it's patched, you will probably enjoy it. So if anyone watching this has the game and wasn't happy with it on release, it's probably a good time to jump back in.
It's on sale.
The game there is good. I mean, I enjoyed it at release, and I still enjoy it. But yeah,
that's awesome.
It's better now. It's better.
So I'm going to move along here. I'm going to be mindful of the time here because we've got about 15 minutes or so left. I'm going to move over to something that Ninja Guy X had found earlier this morning and tweeted out. Cue Balls Battle Billiards. So this was a game as part of the Game Jam that was on last year. That was sponsored by
What?
Stadia, and so we've now learned that an updated versions is coming to Stadia here this year. So previously we didn't know when it was coming out here, but now we've got confirmation that it's here. It's a multiplayer. I think this is a perfect candidate for Stadia Pro.
Yeah,
like this would be a good game for this to launch on Stadia Pro here.
For the community, it'd be amazing.
This is just chaos. I can see that video. Oh my god.
yeah.
I want to play this.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun. Jeff here in the chat saying, let's see, Jeff played the demo and it was awesome game. So like this is just one of those like fun games. I really do hope that it launches with Pro here, and we know it's coming this year now. So that's awesome.
I used to play hours and hours on my phone doing the simple, this looks amazing to me, man. I love the art style of the balls and the billiards.
And it looks like you can do moves in real time. Like the faster you are, like you can do 2 moves in the same time you're going to 1. It looks like.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it?
I love all the little animations.
Like how each of the pool balls here are their own unique character, and they've got arms flapping and waving around. And
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, it's not a game you like to play like for hours on end,
right?
But it's a game that you will have a lot of fun with, and definitely should check out. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yep. So just Rock in the chat there saying that the raffle, the drawing for FIFA 22 will end in about 10 minutes here. So if you haven't already entered
this game,
exclamation mark win. Make sure you're following Rock on all the channels, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff here. So let's go ahead and move on. I want to talk about another little bit of information here. Sky Climbers tweeted out this morning, due to a conflict in release date with another big title coming this year, we've decided to push our release date on Steam to November the 22nd. So originally this game was going to come out the same day as Starfield, I believe, on Xbox and PC. So it was going to be overshadowed by some big move titles.
Definitely. Let's be honest, it's it's a game that's going into early access the alpha is coming out on Steam in about a month, and on Stadia sometimes slightly after that. They haven't announced the date yet, but I'm eagerly awaiting it because I have alpha access for Stadia as a Kickstarter backer. But I feel like the amount of feedback that they would likely get as soon as you get your game into you can have 1,000 testers. It will take like this one day with your on being on the market, you will have had more testing done than that team could have done in a year. So they will have so much work to do anyway. So like, just get a few more weeks in the oven is just good for it, I think.
Yep.
I agree.
For sure. And also, so talking about the testing and whatnot, we're not going to move to SPG yet. We're getting there soon though. So get your notes ready here.
You're okay.
So,
you okay, bro?
Over the last week here, we saw a couple new Stadia Dev Blog posts, and one of them here mentions about early access and about using the experiments for new features for Stadia. And basically, just like how Dad Plays Games said there, is like it's almost impossible for an internal team to be able to test, diagnose, come across bugs across all the different platforms and variations. But once you get it out there in an experimental mode, that's when you get the real time, you get the feedback, and you can make all those features and whatnot. And this is hey, shout out to Daniel there for the follow for Rock. Thank you. This basically is a blog post here telling about the experiment features in the Stadia mobile app and what it does. And there's, again, 2 key challenges. It gets new features in the hands as early as possible. And by releasing them by experiment, they get a whole bunch of different test scenarios and environments. So This is awesome.
And it's also important to note, like the second, like because I work a bit in a field related to software development. I work closely with the development team, and like most of these bugs that people find, they already know about, but it's hard to prioritize. Like, is this bug important or is this bug important? And when you suddenly get that influx of feedback from users, you can easily start shifting that focus into what's actually important. So it's really important for them to use this channel, and also goes back well into what they announced a few weeks ago on the Dev Blog about the channels.
Yes. Yeah, exactly here. So you can see here about building confidence in mobile data, and they use the experiments with the mobile data support with all these different configurations and whatnot. So hats off. People are asking for this more behind the scenes stuff, and Google's listening and giving us basically what we've asked for. Speaking of which, we won't go into great detail with this.
I love how they did that.
Yeah, so this is awesome. Yeah. So immediately this came out on this past Friday here, and it's the play and develop anywhere with Stadia. And what I immediately noticed was Phil Harrison here. People have been saying, "Where's Phil? We don't know where Phil is. Come talk to us." He wants you to talk to us, right? I think this is their cheeky little way of saying, "Hey guys, you wanted Phil? Here's Phil. You asked for it, you got it."
Are we sure that counts though? Like,
I do because
develop at the top.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Right. And they even because they've even put red here, and he's got his red shoes on as well, right? So I think
that was on there on the reader slide, right?
Right. So I think that this is their cheeky little way of kind of like getting a little laugh out of everybody here, saying, you know what, Phil's still here. Just because you don't see him out in the limelight doesn't mean he's not here, because they could have used any picture. And honestly, I think by them doing this here, it's just
they have that same slide without him on that picture.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So I think that was done on purpose, just to be like a funny, like an Easter egg type of deal. But this is like a very technical blog on the development and how, with Stadia, what you can do. And like, again, because people were asking for this stuff, and this just goes to show you, no, we're not abandoning Stadia or the technology itself. And like this is great. Like you can dig into it, even if you don't understand a lot of it. It's just nice to see and kind of get a behind the scenes look of all these different things what developers can go with. And I think in this game here, somebody noticed, they were tweeting it out here. I think it was Marcus on Twitter or whatever. Look, it says 4K, let's see, HDR, and there was a frames per second somewhere. Anyway, someone was saying about, and the frame 60 frames a second. They were like, what game is this? We want to know, kind of just like in a funny little way here. But yeah, this is awesome. It's just a very detailed blog. Again, people have been asking for this behind the scenes type of stuff. So you asked and you get here.
Just shows, it just shows my point why I think the cloud is the future. You can even develop a game in the cloud. I mean,
right.
It's amazing. Yeah. The technology is very incredible.
That test hub is awesome.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Like it is so amazing here. So let's go on. So SPG, are you you're ready to talk about? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. SPG here. I'm gonna get this going up here, and we're gonna get a little mini review and tips and gameplay tactics for Doom 2016.
All right, so Doom 2016 is a fantastic title. There was just a sale a while back for I think $5 or $6 for Doom 2016. If you did miss it, pick it up next time it's on sale. It is an incredible game. I mean, you've got the Demon Slayer, you've got demons, you've got big weapons, and you've got glory kills. I don't know what else you could ask for from a game. It's intense, it's incredible, and it is very gory. So I have a few tips for you guys. If you have just started the game or have been playing for a little while, when you start, definitely, for God's sake, move. always move. I had to learn the hard way of standing still, switching weapons, and then getting eaten or torn apart. But for God's sakes, move. Don't worry about focusing too much on one enemy. It's kind of like a horde mode, which is funny enough, one of the reasons why it took me so long to try the game. I thought you were just in like an arena like Quake, and they just kept dumping enemies at you. But not so much is the case. There's actually level design. There's some platforming. Just a lot of fun. But definitely don't focus on one enemy and keep moving. Ignore grunts and identify key players and take them out first. They teach you as you get into combat and you fight some of the larger demons. They show you their weak spots and how to take them down, and stuff like that. Most definitely identify those big players and take them out. Don't grab all your power-ups right away. You don't need them yet, usually when you're first starting out. And don't panic. Don't waste all of your weapons, all of your good weapons right off of the bat. And make sure that as you're progressing through the game that you are upgrading your health and your armor, and think about your gun upgrades. They can be game changers. And as you can see, the game is very gory, but incredibly fun. Let's see what else. Explore in every direction, because this game is a platformer. There's a lot of platforming elements to the game. More so in Doom Eternal, I believe, than 2016, but there was quite a bit of that. Explore in every direction. If you really can't find where you're going, you may find a hidden route. Just step back and look at all the bigger picture or the area you're in. And my last tip for all of you guys for playing through the game: save that BFG ammo. You get the BFG gun towards the end of the game. Save that ammo for the big guys.
Big boss.
You'll thank me later for that. I give this game a 10 out of 10, just because it's one of the games that they tested Stadia out with. They got it running buttery smooth. And it is an incredible experience. If you can pick it up for next to nothing on sale, definitely do so. But even if you pick it up not on sale, it is still a hell of an experience, and I would recommend it fully.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
It's an exciting game to stream too, and have people watch you play. Because I used to love watching you play, William, play this game and curse and died. He died a lot, but he came back and he took care of the bosses.
Yeah, what they like to do is in some of the big fight scenes, they like to overwhelm you, and it can be a little frustrating, and you might throw some four-letter words at the screen, but at the end of the day, it is incredible sense of satisfaction when you finally beat that part that keeps whooping your butt. It's amazing.
Still on sale right now, saying Metal Wolf in chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
I mean, and also like the music of this is insane. Like then I've seen the I think it's a 2-hour talk by Mick Gordon about this music, and like I was paying attention to every single moment. I put it on to have in the background as I was like doing the dishes or something, and I think doing the dishes took me 2 or 3 hours at that point, because like that was so interesting, like how they sampled like he took the chainsaw sound from the original Doom game and like just pulled that through like 5 different analog samplers into the digital recording, then did some effects on that as well, and then used that to play for the keyboard sounds, and it's just crazy. Initially they said to him, we don't want guitars, we don't want metal, and it was like, okay. And then when he finished it, like, I know I'm done, and I know what you said, but let me just try this one thing for you. And they were like, yeah, go metal.
Yeah. Not only is the sound effects design fantastic for all the eerie sounds and the demons like clicking around you and stuff, but the heavy metal soundtrack is incredible.
I mean, I haven't played Doom yet, but I have listened to the soundtrack several times.
Yeah, it's an amazing.
That's game. That's how good the music is.
Yeah, it's such
Ninja Guy says he's got Doom soundtrack on vinyl. That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Now I'm jealous. I don't even have a vinyl. I don't even have a vinyl player, but I want that.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Exactly. So I'm going to bring it back in here. All righty. Well, it looks like the giveaway here. I'm going to check on my other screen here to see. The giveaway is getting ready to wind down here. So if you haven't already entered, now's your chance. ! Win. Make sure you're following Rokk on Twitter as well as YouTube as well. And the bot will be I guess announcing a winner here shortly, just in the next couple of seconds here. So again, thank you so much everybody for coming on today, helping celebrate Rockiversary. Rokk has 1 minute left here, so get all your entries in. It was always a pleasure talking with you guys, and also in the Stadia community as well. Again, shout out, thanks Dad Plays Games for coming on here.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah, learning about your event that's coming up here for an amazing cause. And yeah, it's so awesome. We'll be sure to help get that out all over Twitter and social media. So yeah, a big awesome, and thank you for coming on here. So let's see here. We should have like another minute before we go. Let's see who's gonna win.
A second now.
Jeff's in there! ! Lose.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff will win with that attitude.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, here it goes. It's closed. You can no longer enter the draw. I wonder who won. The winner. Watch it be Jeff.
No, it's not gonna be Jeff.
Squids is the winner.
Yes,
Squid. Yes.
Couldn't have happened to a better human.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is so awesome.
To a better squid.
Yes, it's a better squid there.
Careful with the ink there, mate.
So awesome. So congratulations, Squid. Hit up Rokk. He'll get you all the details and the game over to you. And shout out Squid too. He does a daily show.
Yeah, daily.
With just chill and relax and just have a great time. So make sure and check Squids out. And congratulations on the win. And again, thank you so much, everybody. We're praying hopefully Rokk will be back here next week. Fingers crossed that he's well enough to be able to return. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Ray, Dad, and SPG for coming on the show here, and everyone in the chat there as well. We really do appreciate it. We hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and we will see you all again real soon. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Hey,
awesome.
I'm sorry, boys. I had somebody stop at the door. I got a jet. Thank
you.
No,
that's okay. Take care. Everybody's got to go too.